Hey guys, welcome back to another math lesson with HK Math and Science. This video is about substituting and evaluating. And in this lesson, we'll be learning about how to substitute values and evaluate expressions in algebra. And by the end of this lesson, we should all be able to substitute numbers for pronumerals and finally be able to evaluate an expression using order of operations once all pronumeral values are known. So just pause the video here and take a couple of minutes to write these down. Alright, so let's go over the key points of this lesson before we go into any questions. So the first thing we need to know is that to evaluate an expression or to substitute values means to replace each pronumeral in an expression with a number to obtain a final value. So for example, let's say if x equals 3 and y equals 8 and we have that as our equation, we just need to substitute 3 into the x and 8 into the y. So that gives us 3 plus 2 times 8, which ultimately equals 19. A term like 4a means 4 times a, so if there's no space between the number and the pronumeral, that just means multiply. And when substituting a number, make sure you don't forget that the multiplication symbol, because 42 is very different to 4 times 2. So it doesn't apply when it's just numbers. You need the multiplication symbol in between the numbers. Once an expression contains no pronumerals, evaluate using the normal order of operations using BODMAS. Alright, so now that we know the key points of today's lesson, let's have a go at some of the questions. Given that t equals 5, let's have a go at evaluating these equations here. So t plus 5, we're just going to replace t with the 5, so that gives us 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 equals 12. Pretty simple. Next one. 8 times t, that's pretty much 8 times t. We're going to replace t with the 5, so that gives us 8 times 5. That is going to equal 40. And the next one, 10 over t plus 4 minus t. We're going to substitute 5 for the t, so replace every t there with a 5. So 10 over 5 plus 4 minus 5. And remember, using BODMAS, I'll just write that up here. BODMAS, so there's no brackets, so we go to division. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Plus 4 minus 5, and go from left to right. 2 plus 4 is 6 minus 5. Let's put the equal sign, and 6 minus 5 equals 1. Alright, now let's pause the video here and just have a go at these questions by yourself, and just unpause the video when you're ready to go through them with me. Alright, so in this case, we're going to substitute u with the 3. So 4u is the same as 4 times u, just replace the u with the 3, and that gives us 4 times 3, which equals 12. Give yourself a tick if you got that one correct. Next one is 8 minus u. That gives us 8 minus 3, which gives you 5. Just replace the u with the 3. And next one, give yourself a tick if you got that one correct as well. And 2 replace the u with 3, so it'll be 2 times 3 plus 12 over 3 minus 3. That gives us 6. Remember, just going using BODMAS, 2 times 3 plus 12 over 3. That gives you 4 minus 3. 6 plus 4 is 10 minus 3. Not forget the equal signs. And 10 minus 3 equals 7. Give yourself a tick if you got that one correct as well. Alright, now moving on, just a harder set of questions. This time we have 2 pronumerals. Sorry about that, I'll just go back for you. Yeah, we have 2 pronumerals this time, x and y. So we need to substitute both x and y. So x becomes 4, so we have 5 times 4 here. Plus y, which is 7 plus 8. That's going to equal 5 times 4 first. 20 plus 7 plus 8. That gives us 35. And the next one, we have 80 minus 2xy plus y. So that becomes 80 minus 2 times 4 times 7 plus y, which is plus 7. So we have 80 minus, remember, always do everything in the brackets first. 2 times 4 is 8 times 7 is 56. Now we have 56 plus 7, which equals 80 minus, that'll be 63 there. And 80 minus 63, I'll just quickly do that over here. That gives us 7 minus 6, which is 1. That gives you 17. Alright, now it's your turn. Just pause the video here and have a go at these by yourself, and just unpause it when you're ready to go through them. Alright, let's start off with the question on the left. Question A, we have 4p minus q plus 2. Substitute p with 3, so that'll give you 4 times 3 on this side, minus 10 plus 2. Using BODMAS, you do the multiplication first. That gives you 12 minus 10 plus 2, and if you work that through, that will give you 0. Give yourself a tick if you got that one correct. Now moving on to question B, we have PQ plus 3 times Q minus 2P. I'm going to substitute P with 3 and Q with 10. So we have 3 times 10 plus, I'll just get rid of that, 3 times 10 plus 3 times Q was 10 minus 2 times 3. Remember, always do the stuff in the brackets first. So that will give you 10 minus 6, which is 4. And now using BODMAS, remember multiplication comes before addition, so that'll give you 30 plus 12, which gives you an answer of 42. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Alright, now moving on, we're going to the same thing, but this time we have involved squares and square roots. Alright, so we're going to substitute P with 4, so we have 3 times 4 squared, and in BODMAS we always do the squares first, so that'll be 3 times 16, which gives you, let's quickly do 16 times 3 over here, 3 times 1 plus 1, that gives you 4, so that will give you 48. Alright, now let's try the next question. T squared plus P cubed. T becomes 5, so that's 5 squared plus 4 to the power of 3. And let's just write that out the long way. 5 times 5 plus 4 times 4 times 4. 5 times 5 gives you 25. 4 times 4 is 16, so we have 16 times 4. Let's quickly do that here. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So we have 25 plus 64. And if we work that out, let's do that down here. That gives you 4 plus 5, which is 9. 6 plus 2 is 8. That gives you a final answer of 89. Alright, now moving on to this last one, we have square root P squared plus 3 squared. So we're going to replace P with the 4 as stated up here. So that becomes square root 4 squared plus 3 squared, and we always do the stuff inside the square root before we do the square root. So that gives you square root 16 plus 9, and 16 plus 9 equals 25, so it's square root 25, and square root of 25 equals 5. Alright, now once again, it's your turn, so let's pause the video here and have a go at these by yourself before unpausing it to go through it with me. Alright, so the first question here, we have 4x squared. We're just going to replace the x with the 3. So we have 4 times 3 squared. Remember, always do that first, which gives you 4 times 9, and your answer will be 36. Next case, I'll give yourself a tick if you got that one correct. Next question, we have x cubed plus y squared. Let's just do 3 to the power of 3 plus 8 to the power of 2. I've already substituted them in. That's 3 to the power of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3. If you work that out, that will give you 27 plus 64. And now to get the final answer, we'll do 64 plus 27 down here. That gives you 11 and 9 over here. Give yourself a tick if you got that one correct. And our final one, we have square root 10 squared minus y squared. Y was 8. So we will have square root 100 minus 64. Let's do 100 minus 64 down here. So that gives you 9 over here. 6 and 3, so now we have square root 36, and square root of 36 is 6 because 6 times 6 equals 36. Give yourself a tick if you got that one correct as well. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. Hopefully by now you guys are all able to substitute numbers for pronumerals, and you can evaluate an expression using order of operations once all the pronumerals have been substituted and the values are known. Once again guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all back online.